I am silent because I cannot tell lies and no one can hear the truth. The truth is that all those who are representing are all these only from the point of view of the intellect, which ends with death. All the misconceptions have been spread, only the devil smart artists, the vicious crooks, who have been intelligent with intelligence, have been spread only by the personalities of the past. There is nothing in reality. There is no place for the reflection of the infinite micro-axis of myself, which is just a business pretense. Drama, illusion, hypocrisy, only simple, easy people. In order to earn fame, reputation, wealth, wealth, crores of stories have been erected on the basis of conspiracies to prove their statements clearly on the basis of conspiracies, which in reality has no existence. From the deep contemplation of 35 years, it has been clearly proved that no one can be a hypocritical cunning artist like a hypocritical cunning artist like the personalities of the past, who is famous for fame, reputation, Daulat Beg himself in the words of the Lord. Fear has been used only to confuse people by affecting the simple, which is only a blind faith. Fanaticism is the only evil practice. By being wise from the living intellect, whoever can understand, undoubtedly, no one in reality means anything. Intellect is one of the main dimensions for life, which is always limited to first self, second word object biology meditation knowledge is only a source. Just to understand here, my breath and time were completely present in its own permanent stay. I am. Time thinking is not at all. The past and the future are fairer than myself. Without understanding yourself, fairness cannot come. Without fairness one cannot be free from important egoism, but the gurus would have done a lot. Just as celibacy chanting, renunciation of Vairagya yoga practice is not understood only, so they always remain in the ego, which arises only by thinking, contemplation. Only one ego makes you realize the existence of yourself, which is a reason to establish dominance in itself, whereas the human species has the same everything which is present in the remaining millions of other species. Shiva has passed very closely to the last dimension of each intelligence while in the approach of the intellect, And it is understood that nothing has been found that has been described by the personalities of the past in the books, all that is a lie. I always live in reality. Ever since man has come into existence in the whole creation, I am the only one who is alive in reality, always with his real introduction in his infinite micro-axis but here there is no place for the reflection of my infinite micro-axis. And there is no way to be something. In order to understand oneself, one has to end the existence of one's own intelligence, which is possible only one possibility of understanding, like life on Earth, the smallest planet of only one solar system in millions of universes. It is possible to happen only. To do in the universe, it is only the satisfaction that due to which the best human body was found. Breath and time are in reality for the whole of the same reason, and I am seeing the whole creation directly from my point of view, which is possible only after ending my own existence. It is, in which every event of a moment, thinking, contemplation, the time of contemplation is done by nature. No one can ever interfere in the rule of nature. We are human, everything is in us, everything is present in us, nothing is different. What is the ego? Everything is made up of temporary elements. The whole creation is also a unique gift fed by nature. Always do not forget to take care of nature. Both the proponent of the crowd and the part of the crowd, both blind believers, fanatics are just a gang of ideology in the attitude of intelligence, who are victims of a race to increase the number of their gangs, which are a mental tension, which is a contemplative can't only, who are capable of creating many stories by the personalities of only one past, to confirm the belief of the rules and limits, are so low-minded that they cannot know the common personality itself, they cannot understand the general personality, the rest of the internal world is a matter of far away. It is. Rab Guru Parmarth is just a business, drama, illusion, hypocrisy. This rule is the tradition which I have proved after initiation from my own Guru. It is not that which thing is that simple easy person cannot understand with a common personality, fairly and which of the Lord who could not reach the news of infinite love of 35 years to my own Guru, while I was dedicated in so much love that I was completely devoted to my face. I have forgotten my own Guru, not even the news, giving priority to complaints like a common man who suffocated for himself. He used to scold me with reprimands, not with love, when I used to scold me for 1 year or so because of this fear. He used to go to see after a while, he used to go out of the line to see with his finger, he used to get out of the line, being the victim of people's grievances. Those who approach the common man, they have only one business of being the dominance of human species. Pretentious drama is illusion hypocrisy which is enough only for fame, reputation, Daulat Beg, which is only for simple, easy, by engaging crores of people in the name of Lord Guru Parmarth, rules based on the basis of the program organized by the personalities of the past by engaging them in the name of Lord Parmarth. Those who are running, who are only promoting blind faith, bigotry, the evil practice, the best man has understood the Guru but my Guru is unfamiliar with his own introduction, understand himself or after the introduction of himself, nothing remains in the whole creation. To understand, because the infinite subtle depth of oneself has no place for the reflection of the infinite subtle access of itself in the permanent stagnation and there is no way to be something, then there is no reason to criticize anyone's glory, if my Guru is by the introduction of himself. If you were familiar, why would Kabir describe the glory of the Supreme Person, who has been doing the glory of the Supreme Personality of sessions, who have been doing it day and night continuously, so many stumbling blocks in love or have to eat that one's own existence ceases, and from the point of view of intelligence, it remains in reality forever in reality, love the dumb blind deaf, which leads to a deep understanding and a vision of understanding the whole creation directly, becomes free from the ego in the understanding. Otherwise there are no other alternatives that to be free from the ego. They are not able to get out till their death, only a business pretense, drama, illusion, hypocrisy, which is enough only for fame, prestige, wealth, which is only simple, easy, by engaging crores of people in the name of Lord Guru Parmarth of the past. The rules based on the basis of the program organized by the Vibhutis are running the Maryada tradition, which is only promoting blind faith, fanaticism, malpractice. All the best man understood the Guru, but my Guru is unfamiliar with his own introduction, understand himself. Or after the introduction of oneself, nothing remains to be understood in the whole creation, because in the permanent stagnation of one's own infinite, there is no place for the reflection of the infinite subtle access of oneself and there is no point in being something, then there is no presumption to be anything. It is not a good idea. If my Guru was familiar with his own introduction, then why would Kabir describe the glory of the Supreme Power, who has been doing the glory of the Supreme Person continuously for the year and night, in love, so many stumbling blocks or have to be eaten that the existence of himself would have ceased. And from the point of view of the intellect, it stays in reality forever. Love makes the blind deaf, which leads to deep understanding and the vision of understanding the whole creation directly, becomes free from the ego in the understanding, otherwise there are no other alternatives to be free from the ego. Krita Sankalpa, victims, thinking, contemplation becomes a victim of ego by contemplation, one cannot get out till I die, from those who had learned to speak the truth, only their fame, reputation, wealth, due to wealth, in whose love they destroyed themselves. He is a part of the temporary elements and a group of millions of crowds, whose based goal was the priority of understanding himself, while he is unfamiliar with his own introduction, even in old age, only one celibacy, only one celibate it is only in the point of view of the intellect, instead of the goal of understanding oneself, fame, prestige, fame, wealth, those who used to live in the same place, who used to live in the sameness, they themselves were the shepherds of the sheep of the sheep. There is nothing in the reality, there is nothing in the reality, in the point of view of the intellect. The rules of the past have remained intelligent from the intellect, only the rules of the past, in the race to strengthen the belief, it is in the pursuit of finding something, when in reality nothing is lost, all these are just one intelligence dimension, the whole creation is nothing and absolutely nothing, only the intellect is created by a very complex process, behind the famous past or the words of the Lord. Those who make themselves a part of the main discussion by hiding their own face are unfamiliar with their own introduction, because after the introduction of themselves, nothing remains after the introduction of themselves. The existence of creation and intellect ends in the whole creation, the creation of the intellect is the same. Only the mixture of temporary elements which makes the feeling of intellect and creation. How can the intellect be intelligent with intelligence in the point of view of intellect and can make the universe exist, by being wise from intellect, can only establish itself, after its introduction, trying cross yourself, the common personality cannot come again, those who are unfamiliar with their own introduction, if they do not understand themselves, then pretending to understand others, why are you doing hypocrisy? Hypocrisy yourself and crows of simple people. Why are you pushing blind faith into the practice of bigotry, or are running only a business, only fame, reputation, fame, wealth, knowledge, science, both are from the point of view of intelligence, which is only the main dimension of intelligence, level itself. To understand, one has to move away from every instinct of the memory fund of the intellect, which is a very complex process because the intelligence itself is very complex, which the personalities of crows of past tried hard but proved unsuccessful, and left millions of fictional stories for the next generation as a recognition for the next generation. By establishing the rules died after being strengthened with the tradition, and the blind faith gave birth to the bigotry, for generation after generation, which is still operating, mainly the illiterate hypocritical section and the educated high-class people there following, a reverence, faith, devotion, love, meditation, yoga, practice, in the name of Guru Parmarth disciple, which is part of the religion and religion organization, in which there is no humanity and is living with the title of being called the best person of the universe. Who is living with the title of being called the best person of the universe? Can't understand how he can be different from many other species. Lord Guru Parmarth, who considered himself to be a perfect right to be born, and his own famous statement, "What I have is nowhere else in the universe," and the other, "Understand yourself," or the introduction is the best achievement of the whole creation. He is unfamiliar with his own introduction, and which of the second biggest universes can be the object of the simplest person who does not understand even after 35 years with a simple personality. Only then did you understand yourself and found yourself to be completely present in the whole reality forever. There is no place even of the reflection of my infinite micro-axis here, and there is no way to be something. Here the permanent stays true to the introduction. Together, all that used to be said in all the discourses was limited to saying that in reality all that has been proved to be false. And scolding was left to reprimand the common personality. I am silent because I cannot tell lies and no one can hear the truth. The truth is that all those who are representing are all these only from the point of view